Google put out something on June 10 that changes how text generation actually works. It's called DiffusionGemma. It's an open model that writes text the way AI image generators make pictures, not word by word. It generates a whole block at once and then cleans it up over a few passes. The result is up to 4 times faster output on a regular GPU. We're talking over 1,000 tokens per second on an H100 and over 700 tokens per second on a consumer RTX 5090. That last number matters because that's a card people actually have at home. Back on March 31, Google released the Gemma 4 family. That's their open weights line, Apache 2 license, so you can use it commercially without weird restrictions. The family started with 4 sizes. There's E2B and E4B, which are the tiny ones meant for phones and edge devices. There's a 31 billion parameter dense model, which is the big quality option. And there's a 26 billion parameter mixture of experts model that only activates 3.8 billion parameters per token, which makes it cheap to run for what it gives you. Then in early June, Google added a 5th one, a 12 billion parameter model they call Unified, which drops the separate vision and audio encoders and just projects everything straight into the model. They also shipped QAT versions, which are trained to survive quantization. And the smallest, text-only one runs in under 1 gigabyte of memory. So that's the lineup. The 31B dense sits at number 3 on the Arena leaderboard among open models, and the 26B mixture of experts sits at number 6. These are genuinely strong models for their size. DiffusionGemma takes that 26B mixture of experts architecture and swaps out the generation method entirely. Same backbone, same 3.8 billion active parameters, same 256K context window, still multimodal, so it accepts text, images, and video as input. But instead of predicting the next token over and over, it does discrete text diffusion. Here's the mental model that helped me. A normal language model is like a typewriter. It types one token, looks at everything so far, types the next one, and repeats. That's fine in the cloud, because servers batch thousands of requests together and keep the hardware busy. But when you run a model locally, for one user, your GPU spends most of its time waiting. The chip can do massive parallel math, and you're feeding it one keystroke at a time. The bottleneck isn't compute. It's memory bandwidth, because the model has to reload its weights from memory for every single token. DiffusionGemma flips that. It starts with a canvas of 256 random placeholder tokens, basically static, like noise in an image. Then it makes multiple passes over that whole canvas at once. Each pass, the model locks in the tokens it's confident about, and those locked tokens become context clues that help resolve the rest. After enough passes, the whole block snaps into clean text. Google says it lands around 15 to 20 tokens per forward pass instead of 1, which is where the speed comes from. You're giving the GPU a big chunk of parallel work, so the tensor cores that normally sit idle actually get used. And for anything longer than 256 tokens, it works block by block. Once a canvas is fully denoised, the model commits it to the cache, opens a fresh canvas conditioned on everything before it, and keeps going. Google calls this block autoregressive. You get the parallel speed inside each block and the sequential stability of a normal model across blocks. Under the hood, it's an encoder-decoder setup. The encoder reads your prompt with normal causal attention and builds the cache. The decoder works on the canvas with bidirectional attention, meaning every token in the block can see every other token, forwards and backwards. That bidirectional part is honestly the most interesting property here, more than the speed. A normal model can only look backward. Once it writes a token, it's stuck with it. DiffusionGemma evaluates the entire block on every pass, so if its confidence in some token drops, the sampler can renoise that spot and fix it. It self-corrects mid-generation. Google's demo for this is Sudoku, and it's a smart pick. In a Sudoku grid, the digit in the first cell depends on constraints in the last cell. A left-to-right model physically cannot reason about that properly because it can't see the future positions. The base DiffusionGemma scores basically 0% on Sudoku 2, to be fair. But Google released a fine-tuning recipe using their hackable diffusion toolbox. It's a JAX library, and after a simple, supervised fine-tune, the model hits 80% correct. And the fine-tuned version solves the puzzle in 12 denoising steps, instead of failing after 48, because there's adaptive stopping built in. When the model's predictions go stable and confident, it just stops early. Simpler prompts finish faster. The speed adapts to the difficulty of the task, which is not something you get with normal models. The same property applies to code infilling, editing text in the middle of a document, closing markdown structures correctly, even stuff like protein sequences. Anything where the answer isn't naturally left to right. Now the part Google was unusually honest about, and you should be too if you're thinking about using this. Quality is lower than standard Gemma 4, not slightly lower in some cherry-picked test. Lower across almost the whole board, and they publish the numbers side by side. MMLU Pro is 77.6% versus 82.6% for regular Gemma 4 26B. AA Math is 69.1 versus 88.3, so a 19-point gap on hard math. Live Code Bench is 69.1 versus 77.1. GPQA Diamond is 73.2 versus 82.3. Vision takes an even bigger hit. There's exactly one benchmark where the diffusion version wins. Humanities Last Exam without tools. 11% versus 8.7, which is a strange little data point and probably says more about that benchmark than the model. So this is a real trade. You're giving up maybe 5 to 19 points of capability, depending on the task, and getting 4 times the speed plus the bidirectional tricks. Google flat out says if you need maximum quality, run standard Gemma 4. DiffusionGemma is labeled experimental, and they mean it. There's a second caveat that I think will catch people off guard. The speedup is specifically for local, low-batch inference. If you're serving high traffic in the cloud, autoregressive models already saturate the hardware through batching, so parallel decoding gives you diminishing returns and can actually cost more to serve. And if you're on a Mac, temper your expectations. Apple Silicon is memory bandwidth bound, not compute bound, so the whole trick of trading bandwidth for compute doesn't pay off the same way there. This model is built for one person with one dedicated GPU. That's the target. On that note, hardware. The full model is 25.2 billion parameters, 128 experts with 8 active plus 1 shared, but quantized it fits inside 18 gigabytes of VRAM, so an RTX 4090 or 5090 runs it. Google worked with NVIDIA on this, and there's native NVFP4 support. That's 4-bit floating point, which keeps accuracy close to lossless while pushing throughput up on Blackwell cards. It also runs on the DGX Spark, if you have one of those little desk boxes. Running it is straightforward if you've used any open model before. The weights are on Hugging Face right now under Google/DiffusionGemma 26BA4, Apache 2 license, free to download. In Transformers, you pip install the latest version, load it with a class called DiffusionGemma for block diffusion, and from there, the generate call looks exactly like any other model. For actual serving, vLLM has day 1 support. You just run vLLM, serve. There's also MLX support for Mac, Unsloth, and NVIDIA Nemo for fine-tuning, and there are already quantized versions on Hugging Face for LM Studio and Ollama-style workflows. Official llama.cpp support is listed as coming soon. One practical tip from the model card. If you use the thinking mode, the model has a configurable reasoning channel like the rest of Gemma 4, but in multi-turn chats, you should strip the thought content from history and only keep final answers, or quality degrades. So where does this actually fit? My take is, don't think of it as a replacement for your daily driver model. Think of it as a different tool. If you're building anything interactive and local, autocomplete in an editor, inline rewriting, live code generation that renders as it streams, a UI where latency is the whole product. This is the first open model genuinely designed for that. The adaptive speed means structured tasks like code come out even faster than the headline number. And if you have a constrained problem where the output has dependencies in both directions, the fine-tuning story is real. The Sudoku result proves you can take a task from 0 to 80% with a basic recipe. For everything else, regular Gemma 426B gives you noticeably better answers at the same memory footprint, and the 31B dense beats both if you have the room. Compared to other open weights models in this class, like Qwen or Llama mixture of experts variants, nothing else mainstream is shipping text diffusion at this scale with day one vLLM support. So for now, it's kind of alone in its lane. That alone makes it worth an afternoon of your time. Grab the weights, run a long code generation prompt, and watch a full paragraph of text resolve out of noise on your own card. It's a genuinely different feeling from watching tokens stream, and it might be a preview of where local inference goes next.